The reason I like Superman is because the majority of the time he's actually Clark Kent. He's a regular guy, kind of nerdy, glasses, but at the snap of a finger, he becomes a superhero, all powerful. It's kind of like today's recipe. At first glance, you think, it's kind of regular. These ingredients I probably have in my pantry or in my refrigerator right now. What's so special about it? But just like Clark Kent, there is one secret ingredient that's transformative and powerful, which takes this ordinary dish and makes it extraordinary. Let's get started. We're kicking off this recipe with some really simple ingredients. We're going to start with some celery that I've diced, probably 3 large celery. I'm going to go with some carrots, again probably 3 carrots, equal amounts to the celery, and onion. These 3 ingredients, this combination is called mirepoix, and it is a fabulous way to start any sort of like building of flavor. A little bit of olive oil because you want that fat that actually makes it so that things cook faster. You want to steam off some of that liquid that's in there. Salt does the same thing. It pulls out the moisture so that it steams and everything softens, gets more flavorful. And of course, freshly ground black pepper. I'll give this a stir. Put this over medium heat. And I'm gonna cook it for probably 10 to 13 minutes until the onions become translucent, start to soften up. Meanwhile, while this is cooking, come back and prep a few more ingredients. Now is the time when Clark Kent goes running, pulls off the glasses, and all the buttons go flying everywhere, and you see that giant red S. In this case, it's a giant red H for Harissa. This is the secret ingredient that gives this dish so much power and potency. Now, harissa is a Tunisian hot chili pepper spice or condiment. Now, I know you're thinking, is it just hot? It's not just hot. Yes, it's true, it's hot, but it has like a floral zest quality to it. It also has like a citrusy lemon thing, and then you have the garlic that brings the whole thing together. Trust me, when you see me add this ingredient to the pot and then add some more at the end, and you make it yourself, you'll see why this is your new best superhero friend. So I want to add a little more garlic to the garlic that's already actually in here. So I have a couple garlic cloves. I'm going to add to this a few tablespoons of the harissa. Remember how I said the harissa has a little bit of like a citrusy zest to it? We're going to double down on that too. So a little bit of lemon zest is always nice. All of these ingredients, the garlic, the harissa, and also the lemon zest, these are all oil-based ingredients. Oil always works with oil. The harissa has olive oil in it, which carries all those flavors so that every dollop you swirl into your dishes has all of that wonderful warmth and flavor and acidity, and it's all right there, okay? So these are ready to go in the pot, but the pot with what else? How about some potatoes, right? There is a little Clark Kent in here. This is the Clark Kent, but these two together, buttons pop off. Now when I dice these up, I have these particular potatoes from the farmer's market. You can also use Yukon Gold, would work really well with this. You want them cut about the same size as the onions and the carrots and celery. So when you get a bite, it's just a wonderful textural thing you have there. Get little cubes. Good time to work on the old knife skills. There we go. Potatoes are ready. The harissa and all the other delicious ingredients are ready. The onions smell fantastic. Let's get to it. Greatness is about to happen. My glasses got a little foggy looking into this beautiful abyss. Okay, now is the time to add all of this incredible flavor. I switched to a red spatula. It just seemed appropriate for the red Superman, the red S, the red harissa. And what's gonna happen is this residual heat, as I'm stirring this, is gonna bloom the oils, those essential oils. It's gonna make it smell just heavenly. And that's when you'll know to add the rest of the ingredients. It just smells so, like a little bit of cumin, a little bit of earth, but the citrus notes are really coming through. That's ready to go. Now I'm gonna add some garbanzo beans, a can of garbanzo beans with their liquid. Now, a little known fact is when they make canned beans, they take dried beans, in this case garbanzo beans or chickpeas, they add water and salt and then they pressure cook it. So actually all that liquid is thick with the starch, but it also is thick with all the flavor from the garbanzo beans. So don't rinse it and then just add water. You're gonna add those potatoes, give it a little body, and some chicken stock. You could also add vegetable stock if you wanted to. I just happen to like chicken stock in this. Now we're gonna cook the potatoes and the rest of the ingredients, let all those flavors get all yummy together. How to do that? Well, I'm gonna put this over high heat, covered, bring it to a boil, then once it's a boil, reduce it to a simmer, and then simmer it until the potatoes are just cooked through. And that's about 10 to 15 minutes. That is a smell you will not soon forget. But the couple more things I need to do. I want to cool it down. All of us have a tendency to heat up soup to the point where we have to wait so long for it to cool down. But this is a way, by adding a pound of frozen spinach, of getting a little more flavor in there, but also cooling it down to where you can actually eat it when you want to, which is now. So we'll stir that in. The residual heat from this pot will just lay waste to it. And it'll be really quite warm by the time we're ready to serve it. That looks great. A little bit of acidity is very important. And this is where cherry vinegar comes into play. A tablespoon of that. And as you cook down vegetables, the flavors, you know, they sort of like lose their edge. And that's what the cherry vinegar does. It just like, and everything comes to the forefront again. All right. Time to serve it up. This is where you can have some fun with this dish. So we'll give it a nice healthy ladle. All those flavors are in there. And now's the time to like double down superhero style. Yes, we did use the harissa as part of a cooking mechanism, but now we're using it as a condiment. Go for it. And you kind of have to superhero style this. Just add probably half a teaspoon, just kind of see where you are. Give that a stir. And then, if you're like me, where you enjoy the heat, but you want to cool it down just a little bit more, that's where either some yogurt or some sour cream or creme fraiche comes into play. And there we are. Let's give it a shot. Right out of the gate. It's so ready to eat right now. It's quite warm. That spice is refreshed, but you have a citrus note, which is just unbelievable. The coriander is this sort of like heady floral quality. The cumin is sort of grounding the whole thing in those vegetables. Just make my mouth water again and again and again. A simple dish elevated to superhero status. You have to try it, guys. And you can even hum the song. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Bum, ba, da, ba.